So we want to quickly jump to the newer exercises. So we'll skip a few things. We start with Omkar. Do only 21 times Kapalbhati with both nostrils on. Skip Ujjayi and all that. So we'll start with Omkar. Exhale. Fill in. Pitch dark, vast universe, complete dark. I have nothing but my existence that is felt. Center of my chest, lamp gets lighted, flooding the whole temple of my body. I still hear the echo of my Omkar from the corners of the ears. Take your focus away from you, in front of you, to a faraway point, from where now you only see a single point light like a star of golden color and nothing else. Complete dark and only this Manas Omkar. I look at this lighted point, and since there is nothing else, I get attracted to it. Slowly, my focus starts moving towards the light. As I move closer, the size starts increasing, and I see it now about the size of my palm. But it is clearly visible now that its shape is like Dhyan Mudra in Padmasana. Hearing this virtual gunjan of Omkar, my focus starts moving ahead. The structure starts becoming bigger to the point that I see this exactly the same size of me sitting in Padmasana. As if there was a magical mirror in between. It is a reflection but with inbuilt illumination. I look at this divine object, eyes closed, completely at peace. I move my focus around this object. I move it in circle towards the right, and now I have right side view. Same closed eyes, absolutely stable, sthir, shant. Go to the back, I have the back view, then the left view, and I again come in the front. I enjoy the expression, closed eyes, a hint of a smile, a smile that makes me feel like deep in joy, but at complete peace and satisfaction. Look at the picture and hear the Omkar. Exhale. You must have observed that I sometimes do Omkar at a lower pitch, like normally is Om, and sometimes Om. So you can also experiment. There is no ideal pitch that is defined or a particular sur. You can try the lower pitch, medium pitch, higher pitch. Om is higher pitch. Om is lower pitch, and it can be much lower also. So idea is not to, so as long as you can do Omkar, you can stretch it, it is good. But to do that, do not make Omkar so mild, like Om, and I feel no vibration. It should have force enough to feel the vibration from down to up. Should have enough energy. So for that, if it becomes a bit shorter Omkar, it is fine. But it should not be a lame Omkar. Let's do Kapalbhati 21 times. 21st time, complete exhale. Fill in. Relax. Slow breathing out. So I told you about that where the first half main focus is going to be the back. So to make it clearer, so we know that our spine is flexible, it can be twisted, it can be sidewise bent. It is very well designed engineering, front bending, backward bending. So I'll tell you a story of a computer mouse, like this mouse. I bought the best quality mouse that is available, most expensive. I used to take best care of it. It is wired mouse. It is connected to my computer. But what used to happen is whenever I'm keeping it back or whenever I'm opening my drawer, The wire is to get twisted. Sometimes it's to get pinched, trapped in the drawer. Now what is happening is my mouse, sometimes the click works, sometimes it doesn't work. It has become numb to my movements, and so one of the buttons is not working properly. No, it's been just a month. I've got the best mouse, and I've taken very good care. After I do this, I keep it in airtight container. No dust also is going there. So why is it misbehaving? Simple reason is that the mouse, there is no problem, but the wire, the connection is something where it must have got shorted or it must have got cut or something like that. Exactly same happens when our spinal cord, we do not treat our spine correctly. For example, sitting on sofa. People sit in really arbitrary postures. They sit like, you can say, a bow where there is no support to the lower back. But you would say that no, our spine is designed to take all kinds of movements. So what I'll do is I'll just share the picture of spine again. So these are different joints, vertebrae with a hollow through which your complete wiring from your brain to different organs, to your hands, palm, everywhere it goes. Now, yes, it is flexible, but now just think of your car door. You have opened your car and you hang on to the full weight on the car door. Yes, your car can handle that, but every day if you are doing it, then that stress will be too much and then there will be problem. The door alignment will get impacted. Similarly, your spine can twist, turn, and we should do that to keep a practice. That we should do all kinds of asanas to twist it, turn it forward, backward. But sitting on sofa, sitting in wrong posture, wrong bending, permanently having that pressure, it will create a long-term permanent damage to the spine. And some of the wires will get trapped there and they will cause tremendous pain, a numbness, lack of sensation. Those kind of problems can happen. Okay, so we need to understand that how the engineering of the spine. So there are exercises for weight loss or for stomach, for the abs muscles, that you lift legs from below to the top till they become straight and down. Now what happens is in this posture here, in this position, if you see, the whole load of this my legs is there on this joint which is joining at the spinal level. Because of this pressure, the spine, the lower spine, it gets bent, and that is something which will cause a lot of discomfort and pain. So many people complain that yes, I am doing ab exercises, but I am getting back pain. For a simple reason that you need to understand this engineering, and if you apply this everywhere, you will be able to know when what to do. So what is the simple technique for this? That if you are doing that exercise, what you should do is you should take a fold of your towel so that there is a soft pressure there, soft support there at the lower back, and then you can do this exercise, you will not have the back pain. Here this poor thing is just there in air holding by itself uh, and taking all the stress of this weight. So in all our actions, we have to take care that our spine is not being tortured. Okay, so we'll take some of the exercises of the spine. Before that, since I discussed about weight loss exercises, abs exercises, this is what we are talking about. We're taking it straight up. So straight up, there is not much of a problem, but in this position, you will automatically feel that there is a curvature that is happening to the lower back, and that is where. So when you feel that there is curvature, you need to actually give that a support by putting something below, a soft pressure. You cannot put a wooden plank below that. It has to be a soft pressure. So there are variations that you can move your legs in one direction, another direction. Now here I will tell you one of the best exercises for tummy fat loss. Your hands are holding your stomach with pressure. Navel, navel area you have to keep pressure and breathe out. And against that pressure, breathe in and fill your stomach. Breathe in, breathe out against the pressure of your hand. It may look like a simple lying down exercise, but this is something which will create a lot of energy, heat. Your solar plexus is in this area. So, this is one of the very good exercises for losing tummy fat. Now, we'll take some of the asanas. Now, these asanas, what they do is they will twist and service your spine in all directions. So there is a asana called as Ardha Machindra asana where you twist your body backwards. We'll not cover this today, but this is a bending exercise. Then there is Bhujangasana, which we are definitely going to cover this time, and you are going to try that. Then, so many times what happens is your back has problem in a particular area, and a physiotherapist may come and give you exercises for the whole of the back, sometimes damaging some other area while so you need to get a traction in that particular area. So to do that, there are asanas which will, like for example, Shalabhasana. I will show you Shalabhasana also, but we are not going to go in details of Shalabhasana. We will take it some other time. Today we will do mainly Bhujangasana and Matsyasana. Matsyasana, I will show you a picture again. This is Matsyasana done in water. Can you see Matsyasana picture? Full screen now. Yeah. So where you are doing Padmasana and lying down, and your neck also is turned back so that your nose, I'll demonstrate that. It is best done in water because you have no other pressure from and your body is almost weightless in water. But you require a lot of practice for this to be able to balance yourself in water. You can lie in this position as long as you want, but let us do it on simple ground. Okay, so you are in Padmasana with your hand support, you go back straight. You will realize that this portion is getting bent because your normal Padmasana position is like this, perpendicular, and you are now bending it down. So you are effectively bending your lower part of spine backwards and head turned backwards so that your neck also is bent backwards. Ideal position is your nose has to be the highest spot, nose facing up. Okay, now this exercise is excellent for lower back and for the neck thoracic region of your spine. So you saw that picture in water. Okay, I mean, so on net you will find out some pictures where the head is bent so much backwards that nose is facing your back wall. No, the nose has to be highest because Matsyasana, like a fish basically, when you are doing it, then your nose has to be above water, and that is so when you are lying in that position, you are rhythmically breathing, your ears are also closed, only your nose and part of your eyes are above water. So I showed that picture not so that you go in water and try doing it, but basically to understand that posture has to be such That nose has to be at the topmost position, and this is excellent exercise for your lower back problems and or neck related problems. But Bhujangasana is something which bends the whole spine backwards. So we'll take yes, you can unmute and ask.
When you try to do this Matsyasana, initially the few attempts, I think your legs would still remain up, because you're not flexible.
Okay, so you are not being able to take it down fully. That is okay.
Yeah.
Idea is not to idea is to give that backward bend to that part of the spine. But ideally, finally, when they are flexible, you should be able to hold your toes and be relaxed in that position.
Okay.
I wasn't
Thank
that
you.
relaxed now because this is the second session I'm doing. And second thing is water. In water, you do, and I do it for few minutes in water, 10-15 minutes. I complete all my prayers while I'm doing that Matsyasana in water. So, because it's such a nice position, your ears are closed automatically, you don't have to close them. And you're floating with no weight. So, best to concentrate, and then you can actually do meditation while doing Matsyasana. But yeah, so I have personally helped some people with their back problems with Matsyasana. Bhujangasana, as I said, is a complete back exercise. And in Bhujangasana, we'll do variations. Bhujangasana with twist. Bhujangasana also is useful for problems related to constipation. People who have constipation can try this experiment. That daily they have a glass of hot water, drink that, do Bhujangasana with twists. Then you can't do it for very long time. So as much as you can do, you do that. Then you can take a break, walk a few seconds, and again do Bhujangasana. Okay, this will help solving the constipation problems. So I'll show you Bhujangasana.
Can you repeat this part again?
Yeah, which part?
The sequence of Bhujangasana for constipation.
Yeah, so drink hot water, then do Bhujangasana. If you are tired doing Bhujangasana, take a brisk walk, again do Bhujangasana.
Thank you.
So you are lying on your belly, legs stretched backwards, like you do in Vajrasana, toes extended backwards, hands parallel to your shoulder. You use the hands to lift your body. You have to make 100% sure that your waist is not lifted. It shouldn't become like this. It has to be always touching the ground, and you are curving the whole back spine, including your neck upwards. Bhujang is snake basically, cobra, not snake also. It's cobra. This is a cobra posture. Okay, so this is basic Bhujangasana. Now we'll do it with twist. So suppose you are wearing belt and back side of your belt, the center, you are going to try and see that. Opposite direction. You can do some asanas some day, some asanas some other day, but if you have a back problem, then you should do Matsyasana, Bhujangasana, Shalabhasana regularly. So Bhujangasana with twist will actually twist your stomach area and not just spine, and it will help you in your stomach related issues. I talked about Shalabhasana. Shalabhasana is specifically for lower back And if you have side of the back, side of the waist kind of pain, then it works great. Though we are not practicing it, but it is basically lying down and lifting one leg, lifting another leg. I told you about Ardha Machindrasan. There is Chakrasan, that you bend backwards and lift. I mean, lift yourself and the whole body becomes a bow. Okay, now we wanted to move to Agnisar. So last time what we did was we did complete exhalation and pulled our belly as much as back as possible with no air in my lungs. Okay, but now we are going to do Agnisar, where we have to push your stomach with force. Now, how to demonstrate that? Bhujangasana with twist. So like there are some cases where I explain in great details. I did not explain this in great detail because this information is available on net also. So Bhujangasana with twist is basically you first go in Bhujangasana and then slowly try to look at your back. That's it. Your legs, or and then try to look it at your waist point as much as possible. I don't know what is your condition. You will have to actually consult someone to see if somebody is extremely obese or has some severe problems. Then they should consult an expert before doing it. So yeah, so I was talking about. So I'll give you a demonstration. What I mean by forceful movement of your belly. So I'm breathing out completely. I've kept this diary on my stomach. If you see, it jumps. It is getting thrown up. So that kind of throw has to be there. Okay, so it's not just like breathing that you're slowly moving your stomach ahead. So using your stomach muscles, you are doing that throw. Once that is done, once you can do that, it's not just the muscles, but the internal organs also get worked. And this will be useful for your digestive system. This is useful for your fat loss, because again you are giving jerks to your solar plexus region. This will be useful for diabetes because you are getting the area of your pancreas activated. So we'll actually try that this time. Okay, completely breathe out in with breath held out with no air in. Then you have to try and push your belly from taking it back and then push it backwards, forward. Sorry. So completely exhale. Take help of your support on knees, stomach all the way back. If you do it correctly, you'll be sweating. This is a heavy exercise. And then you'll be convinced that, okay, sitting in one position, how I can burn my fat. So again, we'll bend forward. Complete exhaust. I did it 27 times. You may do 1, 2, 3 times also, because you are holding your breath outside. You need practice. Normally, when I practice it for myself, I do it 54 times. That is the ideal. But holding breath outside for so long and doing it will come only after some practice. So, like after Ujjayi, we always do Shitali. After Agnisar, we do Vayusar. So Agnisar is tremendously useful in your digestive, improving your digestive system. Vayusar is again related to gas. So you drink soda and there are bubbles and there is that extra air that goes in and then you burp, right? So this is a virtual soda, you can say. So you make a straw of your lips, okay, and you have to breathe with your mouth, and in the end, last time you gulp that air in your stomach, like you drink air. Okay, I'll show you. Exhale. Thus, too immediate. It may not be always that instantaneous that you'll get burp. But 3 times, let's do this. And then you tap your stomach and or give a slight massage to your stomach, light massage. Okay. So this is something which is to clear your gastric tract and works similar to soda but without the side consequences. So we did Agnisar, Vayusar. Now we'll do, yeah,
Yes, in Vayusar, when you breathe in through mouth
yeah,
and you exhale through nose, right? After you
yes,
leave
yes,
it.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And you should get burps after that.
Yeah.
I'm still getting it. So what all did we skip? We skipped Anurom Vilom, should never be skipped. Okay, it's important thing. Because once you want to move to pranayam, your nadi has to be perfect. So this is nadi shodhan, Anurom Vilom. Kapalbhati, we didn't skip even today, though we had so many other things to do. Then Ujjayi, Shitali. Then, so that's the order. Ujjayi, Shitali, then Agnisar, Vayusar. Then we can do Brahmari. This is no acting. This is the thing working in reality. Okay. Okay. So yeah, Sangash, you had a question again?
No, sir. I thank you for answering that.
Yeah. So again, what we are going to do is focus on your heart as a 8-petaled lotus, and then it starts feeling fresher. The lotus starts feeling fresh as you do Brahmari, and it starts feeling happy. Okay, so let's earlobes closed, 2 fingers, one middle finger on your eyebrow, one above, 2 below your eyes, neck bent downwards. Exhale, fill in vigorously. Feeling fresher. Your heart is feeling happy. Last time. extremely happy. You feel the happiness at the position of your heart. Next straight, remove fingers around your eyes and around and release from the ears. You'll agree that while doing this, you are focusing on heart. None of my kids, my wife, my fights, my work, job, bank balance, none of these things touched your mind. So this, with all your pores closed and this concentrated thing, should charge every single cell of your body. I feel charged after this. You can tell me your experience if it is different, and then we can correct it. In fact, the mind feels so strong that I feel that I can hypnotize someone after this. Okay, it has such a powerful impact. Now we'll do Omkar. Now this ending Omkar, after that we do Dharna. This time I am going to take a different Dharna, and which we are going to carry on almost till the end of the course. You saw that river with sunrise. Okay, so the picture that I showed earlier. Some people may have joined late. I'll again share that. So this is for you to make it visually easier when you are going to imagine that. We are going to take a parallel between water and mind. Today's will be a very peaceful thing, but as we progress, there will be turbulence and there will be so many things. There will be rain. Our imagination is going to become more and more vivid as our practice improves, and will create a conditional response that you'll have a parallel between the water and your mind, and then you'll be able to have much better control on your mind. This is another picture. This is another where the sun is just starting to rise. Okay, and this is fully rising. So we'll do Omkar and that Adharna that so do not open your eyes after Omkar. Exhale. Shant, pitch dark, vast nothingness, darkness around you. Just the feeling of I. The light gets lamped. Temple filled with light. I view the scene from long distance. Vast expanse of darkness. I just hear the echoes of Omkar, and I see only one single source of light. Divine, calming light. My focus gets attracted towards it as there is nothing else to focus on. Size becomes that of my palm, slowly grows as I am going closer. Slowly, it reaches exactly the size of my posture in Padmasana. like a mirror image, but enlightened. I observe that, hear the Omkar, and my focus takes a round trip around this divine temple. It moves to the right. I observe that my focus has moved, but this structure, divine structure, is absolutely unmoved, stable, static, eyes closed, erect back. You can see the calmness on the face. Go back to the left and again in front. That peace, calm, since it was like a reflection, the peace, calm, fully satisfied expression reflects in me. Shant. You see a hint of smile, just a hint. Exhale. Shant. Again, it's dark, but you feel you are standing in water, slow moving water. You feel the movement. The water is up to your eyes. Only your eyes are above the water. You are standing straight. Sometimes you feel water touching your earlobes. But since it is dark, you can't see anything. Sunrise is about to happen. The sky right in front of you starts getting brighter. Edges of clouds are getting reddish golden color. With some light now you can see. You are standing in middle of a large river which is flowing exactly in the direction of east from where the sun is about to rise. Both sides of the banks there are a lot of trees. Sun is just showing up now. Water is so calm that there is a reflection of sun, the little bit of it which is coming up, clouds, everything reflecting perfectly in water. Similarly, when my mind is calm, it has a realistic reflection of situation. If it is not, then it gets a contorted reflection. Sun comes halfway. But due to reflection, it looks full, which is what happens in progress in spirituality, that many times people feel a bit of knowledge that they have and its reflection in their mind. They start thinking they know everything. So look at the scene. Sun is coming up, but as the sun comes up, water level is also going up. I get submerged, completely submerged. Due to some mechanism, you can breathe, so don't get a feeling of breathlessness. Fully submerged in water, but you have no reference point of the sun or the light. So since I can't see anything, I just move back to the lighted temple which is within me and focus there. Slowly the water level drops. My head is above water. And again, since sun has come up fully, I see the whole beautiful scenery and its reflection. Shant. Relax. Relax. Calm. Om. Rub your hands. This is Swastikasana, by the way. And because I was sitting in Padmasana for the first session, I thought of relaxing, but then incidentally, this is Swastikasana. So, continuity of life we discussed last time. Last couple of sessions we discussed with so many examples. And so one may think, why are we discussing it again? Because it has to. Yes. Yes.
This you do Om. So is there a significance? Sometimes you do 3 ohms, sometimes 1, or sometimes more. If I
No.
do one extra, one less, is there a
No. Our
significance?
focus is 3, 2. Since we did Dharana to end something, I add Omkar there. That's it. But our sequence is 3, then Manas Omkar, and then 2 Omkar.
Is there a significance if we add or miss one?
This is
Omkar?
ideal, but there is no real hard and fast rule. But this is a comfortable thing that I found. Doing excessive Omkar can create heat. You do it half an hour and find out for yourself that.
No. Okay. My question, sometimes I tend to forget or add more, 1 or 2 like that.
Yeah, that's okay.
And
Not
you
a
have
cardinal
been
sin.
suggesting to sit on the non-conductor mat.
Absolutely, that
Like
is
very
absolutely
versatile.
must,
So what is
because
the significance of that?
yeah. So as I said, that there is a static charge, there is a spiritual energy that is generated. Now that is something I have no meters or measures of that, but we are not to lose that. As I said, you are not to wash your sweat after doing yoga, and you don't take bath after yoga. You take bath before yoga, because you do not want to lose this nervous energy, spiritual energy that is generated.
Okay, thank you.
Nerves have a lot to do with conductivity. If you see, there are people who get that feet and then they need to hold iron or some metallic thing. to let the charge go. So we want to store this static charge that is generated in doing yoga. It is absolutely must that you don't sit on direct ground or a metallic thing. You can sit on a wooden plank, that's not a problem. Doesn't have to be a yoga mat.
Got it. While doing Matsyasana, when you are on the lying position, you take your hands back. Is it the way you showed in the swimming pool?
No. While doing on ground, I am holding my toes.
Okay. Only in the pool, water one has to do that.
No, in the pool, every body is different. So you need to, for balancing, you can, some people will throw their hands even further back, or some people may not need that. So that is so that I do not, my head doesn't go inside water and I don't go,
Okay.
get drowned. Yeah. So it's a little bit of balancing, and with some practice, then you can, once you get practice, you can lie in water for 1 hour also. Okay, so coming back to continuity of the self. So why again? Because this has to be really strongly embedded in your mind so that you lose fear, so that you can actually enjoy yourself much better. So there is a scientific, some people give that objection. They say that consciousness, has science accepted consciousness as a type of matter? Okay, is there a proof? No, science has not accepted. But does that mean science has rejected it? No, science hasn't rejected it. There are so many things in science which are at hypothesis level. Hypothesis is a theory which is seemingly logical. So somebody tells you that because I did something, you are getting stomach pain. I wished that, I asked God that this guy should get a stomach pain. Another guy claims that I did Reiki. I wish that your stomach pain will go, and so your pain has gone. Both are equally illogical things. So they cannot be a hypothesis. Hypothesis is something which is kind of sounds logical till it is proven or disproved. For example, creation of Earth, there are two hypotheses. One is that while the Earth sun is rotating around itself, some part gets spilled and they become into planets. Another theory is the two-star theory, that it says that another big star was going close to sun and it pulled some material, and so some of the planets have been formed. And they give additional supporting logic that because Pluto has different trajectory compared to others, these others are in almost similar plane, and different makeup of the matter, it could be from the other star. Okay, these two are theories. There is nothing proven. It could be something third. About light, the light and its nature is not yet established fully by science. Light as a wave, it was considered, it was truth for some time. Then when polarization experiment could not explain it, they took it as light as energy packets. But energy packets does not explain the interference experiment. There are two different, don't have to know all this science, but there are so many scientific theories which are at experimental stage and they keep changing and they'll change. Is there a proof that consciousness kind of matter does not exist in science? There is absolutely no such proof. It's a fantastic hypothesis, and there is a lot of logic that we have already given, that sense of I, why would it just go into nothingness if nothing else in this universe gets destroyed? But now we want to go and try giving a scientific proof. To do that, I want to first define what is scientific thinking. Scientific thinking is asking questions like who, where, why, how. I do not accept anything arbitrarily. You tell me that you pray to God and He will take care of you. You will ask why, how. Okay, and then you would expect some answers. If you are told that you give up your life for something, you will go to heaven, you should question that how will I go to heaven? Okay, and someone may say that you will get so many women in heaven after you give up life for the religion. Logically, you would ask question that, but I see devils getting so many women here, right here on this earth. Then why do I do all this? Right? I mean, so the questions have to be there, logical questions have to be there for everything. Now I'll take a example of a bus accident. A person was sitting on the right side of a seat, window seat. From front, there was another truck which was coming. It gave a crash. It crashed in that area. That area had maximum impact. He died on the spot. Scientific thinking, what would it do? It would say that driver lost control, either this or the truck driver. It swerved. The impact was so much that the bus metal could not take it. It caved in. So this person, he bled, his heart stopped, and because his heart stopped, he died. Perfect scientific explanation. But does it end there? These are half questions asked according to me. I want to ask some more questions. Why did that person sit in that particular seat? There were so many seats available. Was it his favorite seat? No, but he just thought of sitting there. Why did that happen? I'll go further, that when he was at the bus stop, there were 4 buses. Nobody knew which bus was going first. People were just rushing to the buses, and he rushed into one bus and caught one seat. One may say that, oh no, it's random, it's probability. There is nothing in this universe that happens randomly. Let me tell you. We use probability only where calculation is not possible. So if there are 2 balls in a box which are bouncing around, and when will they collide, what will happen? I will not use probability. I will use exact mathematics to find out that. If there were 3 balls, I would do the same thing. 4, 5, 6, I may do. But my maths start becoming more and more complicated. So if there are 100,000 small balls in a big box, then I tend to use a probabilistic model, because my calculation, my supercomputer fails finding all permutation combinations with that. So in molecular theory, when you are talking of 10 raised to 23 molecules kind of range, it is impossible to find, but otherwise every single collision of 2 objects was initiated by their movement earlier, and there is something which relates to this. There has to be some reason, and reason cannot be in future. I cannot say that I became wet, so the rain had come. No, it rained, so I became wet. Correct? So the reason has to be past. The cause first and then the effect. So there has to be something going in the past, and there has to be some reason why that particular person sat there and why this accident happened. We even hear some miraculous stories, like somebody was going there, but he felt urge to go to bathroom. He went there and he missed the bus, and after 2 minutes there was an accident. So why did such a thing happen? There are so many such coincidences that will happen. Okay, so there has to be some reason in the past. We just established this much now, and we move to the second example. A woman is about to give birth. There is a child. There have been scans earlier, and the child has been okay. But at the time of birth, somehow she gets a stillborn, a dead, the baby dies. Now, medical analysis will tell you that there was placenta previa, the umbilical cord got tangled around his neck, doctors could not solve the problem, and the child choked to death. Perfect. So there was a problem in the womb. Okay. I am perfectly okay with that. My question is same as that bus question. Why did that particular life take birth in that particular womb? It is not random. So there must be reason. And where is the reason? Not in future, of course. Reason has to be before that incident happening. So before birth. So I would say that there was an existence before birth. Now, as we said, conservation, here with this is for me a scientific proof of life being there before birth, and of course similarly after birth. So this is a proof of conservation of a life form, conservation of consciousness, conservation of life matter. Okay, so now I'll take questions.
Here again, you are believing that there has to be some background, some root cause, right?
No, I've told you, that in everything in life,
as I said, that
If I am wet, it has to have rained, right? And
No, just a minute. That's again you are trying to link two hypotheses. Let's take the
hypothesis
example,
only.
two examples
There
you
is
gave.
not for everything. There would not be a proof available.
Let me complete, please.
Yeah.
The two examples you gave. One, the person sitting near the window, he could have chosen any other bus. I mean, again, these scenarios we are creating, right?
Correct.
And same child coming in mother's womb and then probably having some kind of deformity or not surviving, right?
Right.
There could be a lot of scientific reasons which again one has to deduce and understand.
Correct.
So in the second scenario, in the first scenario, it could, I mean, again, we are assuming that person sat there because he had four other choices or three other choices, instead he chose one. He would have done some of his logic. So why are we trying to find reasons here or something and then prove that yes, there is a birth before that?
No. We give many other proofs also, many other logical supporting also, that any other type of matter we do not see. Why assume only this? Is it not extremely unscientific that you accept that everything else is conserved? And we want to believe that no, but because in the books of science that the limited science books that I have, they have not written this as a matter, this should be destroyed. No, I mean, that is crazy and non-scientific. Here what we tried to establish was that two things. I need to question everything. Okay, not only, so you accept that, so science would not say that, oh, probability, I mean, like random, some lives, some people die, some don't die. It tried to find reasons, right? To the best possible. It may get even better reasons later on. It may get it in the genetic signature someday, that genetic signature leads to that kind of problem, and then that is. And so it is not just the umbilical cord, but there is something linked to the genetic. So it is progressing, but it will try to find out why of this. I want to find why of that randomness also. That somebody sitting randomly somewhere, there is nothing random that happens. And that is why I give you example of molecules. That when the molecules become very high in number and you are unable to calculate, you take randomness and probability as a support. But as long as you take any two individual molecules hitting each other, there's full history of they started. So if they hit each other at so and so speed, they would have started from so and so point at that particular speed. Otherwise, it is just not possible. If they started from that point and before that they were hit by two other molecules which turned their direction in that also is completely predictable. You can go all the way infinite time to the back if you are going through these deductions. So there has to be a reason earlier, and in no scientific case, in no scientific or physical entity, you will see that something has happened without a reason which can be linked from past. There has to be something from the past. That is why I took the example of molecules. For example, if there was only one ball in a cube, glass cube, with perfect no gravity, it is just bouncing. Any time in future, after 10,375 years, where would this ball be? I can do a simple calculation and find out where it would be. Okay, simple mathematical, because that the complication is less. But its position now defines its position after 1 hour, or its position now was defined by its position 1 hour back. So there is something which is linking from the back to front. And that is where we try to say that I do not accept that randomly that person sat there. Randomly that person felt that he should get up to have chai and miss the bus. There are crazy examples. Like I know I do not want to give miracle kind of examples, but I have seen examples where people got a dream that no, don't take the flight. People got a dream that no, you don't go there. Yeah. So there are so many such things where things that look random are not random. There is something which must have happened in the past which leads to that.
Basically, one has to question why and what.
Absolutely. That is scientific thinking. Like Newton thought why the fruit fell down. Till that time, was gravity not existing? It was existing. But a scientific thinking questioned that why it did not stay there in the air, why did it not go up? Why did a fruit fall? Why did a balloon go up? Right?
Fair enough. Thank you.
Did I give that example of levitating yogi sometime in past sessions? No,
Not to
you have
my
to take it some other
knowledge.
time. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, anything else? Anything else on back, on Agnisar, Vayusar, anything on the dharana that we took, anything on rebirth? You can ask. No questions, and we'll close the session.
How do we need to know about our rebirth or the past life? Where are we trying to figure that out?
We're not trying to figure out what was our past birth. We're just trying to establish the property of self. I'm only interested in finding true happiness. To find true happiness, I defined that to find true happiness, I have to know. I have to find happiness, so I have to know who am I. So I have started researching on my properties. My property was that existence, that feeling of I. Then we did a whole experiment of world started 1 hour back kind of thought, just to establish that my state of knowledge. Knowledge is one of the important properties of I. Happiness is a property of I. So that is just to be happy. I mean, it's not a concern. Now, because death is one of the biggest fears, there is nothing like death, and there is transition to establish that we are talking about rebirth. Otherwise, rebirth, what was I in last birth and what will be in next birth, is not a priority for me. What you exactly feel. Okay, so when ear is closed with thumb, you should try also to, this I was going to take in next session, but you should try and listen also. Okay, you will listen something. Though your ears are closed, there will be a sound from within. Some kind of hum. You go to forest or riverside and there's absolute peace. You will get that little bit of natural hum. Okay, so yeah, you feel calm. That's it. And why we are doing it? Because I do not want to hear external sounds. I do not want to. I'm closing eyes while praying. Why do I close eyes? I do not want my focus to wander to other things. Okay, so the stronger the concentration is, the better the experience is, the better recharging of your cells, yourself, your mind becomes. Okay, anything else? So the properties of self is existence. You deny that existence, you don't need to be in the course. Okay, you don't need to be in any course. If you deny you don't that you exist. So existence is definitely first property. Knowledge, because this understanding existence was a knowledge, right? So knowledge, of course, is a property. And I'm doing the whole thing for happiness. Happiness has to be a property of it. Why else am I becoming so happy? No. The ears closing is not any asana. No, this is part of Brahmari Mudra. Or if there is a name, I am not aware. Sorry. You could do ears closed. This Brahmari is with the sound, but you can just be in that mudra also. There is an exercise where you do it with Sarvangasana, with Padmasana, and you have done the same mudra and Uddiyan together. Okay, and it has some other benefits. So, but that's an advanced course subject.
Knowledge was second property, and what was the third property you told?
Happiness.
Happiness.
Yeah. Then, because somebody had asked this question that how can I be reborn as a small or big animal? That is where then we tried to think that how would that be possible? So soul is not something which is associated with space or matter. So then we give example of a candle which is in small room. The light covers the whole room. Goes to slightly bigger room, it covers again the new room. It goes to a round cell, it will go to a round. That round shape will be filled with light. So possibly soul has this property of being able to take any size and shape. But that is not important. Like this first three things: existence, the chetna, the feeling of I was one, knowledge was second, and
Knowledge was second and happiness is first
yeah,
third.
yeah. Yeah. Anyone else? Yeah, go on. Unmute yourself and ask question.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the valuable time that you're contributing on a regular basis. But, sir, what I would like to ask you here is okay, we accept the fact that this is not the last birth or the first birth, or it is a continuous cycle, basically.
Yeah.
But how do you come to terms with the fact that eventually death is a painful incident, right? I mean, this is what I have heard. So whether you accept the fact or you don't accept the fact, it is a fact that death, whenever it happens, it is painful. So how do you come to terms with that particular fact?
No. So pain is pain. You are going to feel the pain. Okay. First of all, we'll learn how to manage pain also. That if you move your focus away from pain, how you can. We will cover that sometime. But in the advanced course, we are also going to cover death management. That how to make it easiest for the person dying also and for the person who is next to the close ones. Because for both of them, the experience is extremely painful. So
Right.
this is one step in reducing that. I'm not, by these examples, I'm not going to make your fear zero. But for sure, when you know that there is continuation, that permanent loss feeling should not be there for your own also. Also, if you learn to understand that how do I control my continuation, that I do not want my continuation to be some kind of worm in somebody's small intestine. Okay, yeah.
Right.
Uh, so if I can do that, then that is even better. Then I do not have that depressive feeling that this is going to be end. Many times the death is more painful because a person tries to cling on to this life. Okay, because he sees that as the end. So that at least part. So I have managed a couple of deaths, including my wife's, where I prepared the mind, and one of the steps was acceptance. That acceptance itself reduces their anxiety trouble by 80 to 90%, which is what I actually have, and I have managed a couple of them, but I have seen people doing it with so many other cases where if you have this acceptance, the trouble is least. So I'm not saying that uh, you get an opportunity, you can jump from somewhere, you should go jump there and die because it doesn't matter. No, this life you want to make maximum best out of it. There is no doubt about it, and you need to try and preserve it. Your whole machinery is created to preserve it. You get pain because the body wants to tell you that there is something wrong and you need to take care of that. So the whole structure is for self-preservation. Fear also is created for self-preservation, but this fear going out of hand, or sometimes fear of things which are not actually connected to you permanently, is something that I'm trying to explain, and to which is what will make you possibly happier. As I said, I'm trying to just remove that sword. I'm not telling you to throw away the plate of nice food, but that sword, hanging sword above your head, if that anxiety is not there continuously, then you are much more at peace and you can enjoy yourself, your life, everything much better.
Sir, in this same context, is it true that while you are like approaching death, sir, and I'm asking these questions because right now my father, who is 82 years old,
Right.
is in a lot of physical pain,
Okay.
and I would just want to help him out in this particular phase. But is it true that if you keep remembering or chanting some prayer or chanting the name of God, the process actually becomes a little bit more easier?
Yeah. It may become, but it's a conditioned response actually. For example, all my life I have heard a temple bell and I have associated it with something pious, something nice, something connected to peace. So a person who is in extreme pain, not able to hear what you are talking and not able to comprehend also, because that pain is so much. I have seen that pain, unlimited pain. People have seen pain that they feel like dying, or the
Yeah.
close ones feel that this person should die
It's
now
better.
because
Yeah.
his pain
Yeah.
is so much.
Yeah.
Okay, but at that time, if that bell is heard and all his life he has associated that with something calm, then that will be a calming experience. You do Onkar, if the Onkar has been practiced, or if some mantra which has been lifelong practice for that person, it will help for sure. So what you do is, since you have a right now immediate problem, you
Yes.
message me. I'll send you my article on exit management, death management, so that if you can apply 5% of that also, and it helps you to some extent, it will be good.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sir,
So
can I just I mean send a mail on the WhatsApp group, because I don't think in the group only admins can post, right?
yeah, but what you can do is, to admin you can send a message, private message
From the
private.
WhatsApp group?
Not on the group. You click on the admin when you see the members, the admin. So admin,
Okay, okay. I'll
my
send
name
them
is
a
Parag.
private
So you
message.
can click on that name and send a private
Okay.
message.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
sure. Anything else?
So
So
Parag,
again,
I
yeah,
feel acceptance of the death is very important.
yes, acceptance is very important. And for
Basically, suppose
acceptance to be truly
we are
there,
living in a we are living in a small house. We shift to the bigger flat or a bungalow. We are
yeah,
happy. So
yeah,
similarly, when we leave this body, we should be happy, and everybody
correct,
should be
correct,
happy, our relatives and ourselves. That
correct.
is their tag, and we are shifting to the another. We are taking another janam, and
Right, right.
it's like that. If you accept it, then what is in the Jain, we say Mrityu Mahotsav.
Mm-hmm.
That automatically happens.
No,
Only
so
acceptance is important.
basic thing is conviction. That this
Yes,
conviction has to be there. Otherwise, these are just words. If you are not fully believing that,
yes,
yeah. So and best conviction comes only after getting true experience. So
yes.
what happens is, uh, suppose somebody has, you have never tasted sweet things in your life. No sugar,
Hmm,
no jaggery, nothing.
hmm.
And you have read books, and so you say sugar is sweet, jaggery is sweet, gulab jamun is sweet.
Hmm,
These are words, these are no experience. There has
hmm,
to be
hmm.
experience to, so once you actually experience that self, the happiness, bliss, then it becomes much easier. So the for the person who was asking me earlier question, if this
Hmm.
is done well in advance, then when you are in that stage of death, you would have much easier time.
Yeah. Hmm.
So you will never see me answering saying that have faith and things will be done. No, we will try to give. Here also I used the term from psychology, conditioned response, and actually that is what works. So
Hmm.
I will tell you, not just evolved philosophies from India, but somebody who is doing Allahu Akbar all his life, at death time he hears Allahu Akbar, he is going to feel peaceful. He is going to remember his masjid. So it's a conditioned response.
Hmm.
Anything else?
Yeah, and what you have told about random and probability.
Yeah. Yeah. So where I'm trying to say that nothing happens at random.
Ha.
So in science we use probability model because in one single gram there are 10 raised to 23 kind of molecules at that scale.
Hmm. Hmm.
That
Hmm.
molecular weight into that whatever, there may be some formula in that much weight.
Hmm.
So many molecules exactly doing calculation is just impossible for anything.
Ha.
That is why we
Ha.
use probabilistic model. Nobody has ever used for 2 or 3 balls being interacting with each other probabilistic model. It is exact model, and everything happens exactly in the whole universe. In fact, this rebirth process, infinite lives and infinite possibilities,
Hmm.
how that whole equation gets solved and how new birth gets decided is a very interesting subject, but we will
Yeah.
not cover in the basic course.
Okay.
Anything about the exercises, back pain?
It was good.
So there was a
It was very good. All exercises, even Brahmari.
hmm,
And one more thing, Brahmari, some people they do it with continuous movement of closing and opening. Closing
I
and opening of the ear.
no
No, it should not be. It should be, ear should be closed.
no absolutely.
Yeah.
The whole
Okay.
focus has to go somewhere. So the yoga's definition itself is chitta vritti nirodh. I have to do nirodh of as many. Okay, so I have closed
Okay.
my ears and my eyes, and somebody is
Huh.
tickling you or just doing a
Huh.
massage. You will not be able to
Huh.
focus. So my touch,
Yeah.
touch I am not feeling. Ears I have closed, eyes I have closed, and I am
Yeah.
putting my mind on something which is close to my mind, the heart.
Huh.
That is where you will get the maximum. I actually feel so charged in after doing Brahmari.
Huh.
Yeah. So and I think people should also once they get practice.
But
That did
Brahmari
not
also,
happen.
Brahmari gives you relaxation. Even before sleeping also you can do Brahmari, that's what they say.
Yeah. So relaxation, yes, Brahmari is for relaxation. Brahmari is for uh, sorting out your blood pressure problems. Brahmari is
Oh,
great for your heart's health.
how? Yeah, yeah. Huh. Okay.
Okay. So if there are no questions, so you also do experiment with Omkar with different tones, different depths, and let me know your findings. Okay, so thank you guys.